For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fiber website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 24 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 17. Today we will be rounding out the first season. We've got 2 games left. I'm going to simulate the Orient one. The plan was to simulate both, but obviously at the end of the game against Accrington, theoretically, I'm hoping at least, we'll lift the League 2 trophy at the end of that game. So I will play it, but because, you know, we're not really showing any of the league highlights right now because we won the league 5 games ago, I'll only show you extremely minimal highlights of that, like just the goals, if there are any, if not just the trophy lifting ceremony. And then we'll go through the normal season roundup schedule that we normally go through, have a look at all of the competitions we were involved in, etc., and top goal scorers and things like that, and see who will be joining in the league above next year. So we're going to do that now. We're going to simulate this game against Leyton Orient to start us off. Okay, someone can't play, so let's have a quick look and see who I've got on the bench that isn't available. Who is it? Who's injured? Luke Berry. Okay, we'll take you off. God, I'm really running low on players. Still 4 people injured. We got Connor Chaplin back from injury, and then Luke Berry got injured against Manchester United. If you missed yesterday's episode, you need to go and watch it because it was absolutely ridiculous. The game against Manchester United was the most roller coaster of a cup tie as one has ever been, and I implore you, go and watch that video before we continue on here. But do drop this video a like if you enjoy, subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. We will be ending the entirety of season number 1 today, and then tomorrow we will start season number 2. So do feel free to let me know in the comment section down below potential signings for next season. Again, please bear in mind I have next to no money, so I can't go out and sign like these averagely rated young Premier League players that are on like 30 grand a week. I quite simply don't have the funding. Please do bear that in mind. The previous 2 windows we've been in, I'd say a good 80% of the transfer suggestions have been completely unattainable. So please bear that in mind. We get a win there against Leyton Orient though, which is fantastic. We'll head now into the game against Accrington Stanley. Like I say, I'll show you extremely minimal highlights. Like, if there are goals, I'll show you them. If there are no goals, if it's a 0-0 draw, then I will quite literally only show you the end of game ceremony where we lift the trophy. I would like to think it will show us lifting the trophy. If it doesn't, I'll be absolutely pissed. We are currently 19 points clear at the top of the table. But the push for the playoffs, actually, push for automatic promotion, whilst Barnet could do it points-wise, their goal difference is awful. So I think the top 3 are pretty much solid. It's whether Exeter or Notts County finish 2nd or 3rd and which order they finish in. The playoffs, however, you've got Crawley there in 11th, who could go up into the playoffs if results go their way. So the battle for the playoff spots is very much on. We'll have to wait and see how things go there. But like I say, I'm going to play this game against Accrington, but I'm not going to show you anything from it other than goals and the end of game trophy ceremony. So we'll go and do that now, and then we'll drop back and do the normal end of season roundup like we normally do at the end of any season in any other series that I've ever done on Career Mode. And take the lead from the set piece. I don't think we've scored a corner this year, have we? If we have, it's not... Oh! We've not scored many, but Harrison Dunk scored the very first goal of this entire series with a belter from the edge of the box. Has he just ended season number 1 with the only goal of the game with a belter from the edge of the box? I'm not sure whether it will be the only goal of the game, but it definitely is a cracking strike from outside the area. Harrison Dunk kind of bookending, a good strike from Harrison Dunk bookending either end of this season. Pretty perfect, IMO. There goes the final whistle. The final whistle of not only this game, but this season as well. You can see what the fans and the players think of this season. FA Cup semi-finalists, losing only on penalties to Manchester United. League 2 winners by a margin and a half. And Checker Trade Trophy winners as well, thanks to a 2-0 scoreline over MK Dons a couple of episodes ago as well. It's going to be Josh Coulson, today's captain, that lifts the trophy. Mr. Cambridge United himself, been at the club for God knows how many years now, 11 years now. Josh Coulson came right through the youth system and is still at the club in real life and has been, you know, one of the best players the club has seen in the defensive role for many a year, and he's going to be the one to lift the trophy here. Probably would have been Luke Berry had he been fit, but Josh is the man of the moment right now. We couldn't have asked for a better first season, could we, really? Absolutely incredible scenes. And, hey, there we go. The fireworks are going to go off again in the sunlight so that you can't actually see them, but I couldn't have been happier with a League 2 win. We've replicated, league-wise, what we did in the Road to Glory on FIFA 15. We won League 2, then we came second in League 1 in the next year, and then I can't remember whether I think we won the Championship. I'd actually have to go back and check, but I know we won League 2 and came second in League 1. So the plan is to go one better and win League 1 next season. Obviously, we want back-to-back promotions every year until we get to the Premier League, and we couldn't have started off with a better first season. 2 pieces of silverware already under our belt in this save now. We'll have to try and do as best we can in the FA Cup next year. I very highly doubt we'll get to the semi-finals again. We obviously I'd like to do better in the Football League Cup, to be fair, to go further than the first round that we're involved in. So we got knocked out by Charlton, didn't we, earlier on in the season? But things have only gone up and up and up since then. So we'll leave these scenes on the pitch now. We'll jump back to the menus and we'll finish the season in traditional season roundup style. Right, we're at the end of the season, so let's round out how things went for us in the competitions we were involved in and how things went around the other top leagues in Europe. And we'll also have a look at goal scorer charts and a final squad report as well, so we can see who's grown and where and by how much. But we won the league in the end by 19 points. 98, just 2 points off 3 figures, unfortunately. So very, very close. If only we'd just gotten an extra win in there and picked up 30, rather than the 11 draws we got or 6 defeats, and we would have hit triple figures. But never mind. Exeter finished second, Notts County finished third. Barnet, Stevenage, Portsmouth and Leyton Orient finish in the playoff spots. Luton miss out on goal difference, and then you've still got 3 sides there. Plymouth, Accrington and Crawley all on 66. If there were a lower division, then Cheltenham and Blackpool would have been relegated out of the league. So they technically should be in the conference next year, but they'll obviously be in League 2 again because it doesn't... oh, that's the wrong one. Because it doesn't have the conference on it, the game, sadly. Moving forward, we obviously know that we got to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, but it was actually Manchester United who beat us on pens that won by 3-2 against Chelsea there. Chelsea having knocked out Swansea and Huddersfield on penalties as well. West Brom won the Football League Cup, so congratulations to them. A 2-1 win over Everton. Chelsea actually got knocked out by them in that semi-final. We won the Checker Trade Trophy, as we saw a handful of episodes ago. In the playoffs, it's Portsmouth versus Leyton Orient in the final. That, as of yet, hasn't been played, but I can't really advance too much further before actually starting Season 2. So we'll find out next season who's going to join us. The Champions League final hasn't been played yet either. It's between Atletico and Napoli. Atleti beating Barcelona 4-1 on aggregate after 2 legs in the semis, after Barca scraped through on away goals against Real Madrid. And in the Europa League, it's Bayern Munich that win the Europa League by 2-1 over Roma. 2 sides that you would have expected to see in the Champions League. But never mind, let's have a look and see who got the top goal scoring charts, or who was top of the goal scoring charts. 18 for Williams at Doncaster. Chris Dagnall got 16 for Crewe, and Gary Roberts got 16 as well for Portsmouth. In fact, a number of players there on 16, including Ruddock and Panzu from Luton. But where is our highest player on there? It was Dean Furman, I think, and it still is Dean Furman with 10 goals in League 2. Uche got 10 as well, of course, picked up a hat-trick in one of the games we simulated yesterday. Uche also picked up 13 assists. He picked up more than anyone else in the league. Any other players there? Luke Berry got 6. Any other Cambridge players? James Dunn got 5. Interesting. He didn't play that many games, to be fair. Will Norris got 21 clean sheets and gets the Golden Glove. Fair play to him. I don't tend to pick up many cards at all, so we won't have any players on those charts. Let's have a quick look at the other leagues in England, and we'll see who will be joining in League 1 next year. Obviously, there'll be a few teams coming down from the Championship to join us in League 1. And obviously the other sides that we've seen get promoted out of League 2 into League 1 will be there with us as well. Chelsea won the Premier League by 8 points ahead of Arsenal and Manchester City. split on goal difference. Man United finished 4th, Spurs and then Liverpool in 5th and 6th respectively. Relegated are Middlesbrough, Bournemouth and Burnley. Newcastle win the... Wow, 2 sides with triple digits. Newcastle and Aston Villa get automatic promotion. One of Brighton, Norwich, Leeds or Forest will join them in the Premier League next season. Barnsley, Rotherham and Burton will join us in League One next year, getting relegated out of the Championship. We won't be playing Charlton or Bolton, and we won't be playing one of Sheffield United, Millwall, Swindon or Scunthorpe, as they'll get promoted out of the playoffs. We also won't be playing Oldham, Wimbledon, Fleetwood or Northampton, a local rivalry there, but they've been relegated back down to League 2, so we won't be playing any of those guys. In France, PSG won Liga. In Germany, Bayern won the Bundesliga. No real surprises there. No surprises that Juventus won the Scudetto in Italy either. We'll have a quick look and see who won in Spain, and then we'll have a look at the board expectations and see how we achieved comparatively to those. Benfica win in Portugal. Presumably Celtic won in Scotland. Sorry, Rangers fans, but Celtic normally come out on top on FIFA, and they have done again. And Barcelona won in La Liga by 2 points ahead of Real Madrid. Atleti in 3rd and Sevilla in 4th. Right then, we'll have a look and see how we did with regards to the board objectives. Overall, they wanted us to gain automatic promotion. We did that. They wanted us to fight for promotion. We more than did that. The profit margin thing, I don't know what I can do. I really don't know what I can do because it hasn't even updated once throughout the entirety of the season. We completed the short-term one. We completed the brand exposure one. We've actually had a run of 7 straight attendances of 85% or more at home. Financial one, there's nothing I can do there. We achieved all of the domestic ones they wanted us to do, and obviously no continental success either. So I don't know what I can do with regards to the financial one. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. Overall, we made 1.3 million as a side, and the budget is well, we actually have an alright budget for the level we're at now. We've actually kind of regained the majority of what we spent so far this season. So I'm not sure how much of that will carry over to next year. We'll have to wait and see. No, I called up actually all of the youth players. A handful of the youth kids were like, I want to leave. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just give you a contract then. So a number of the youth players have come up to the first team squad now, but we'll have a final squad report. 31 clean sheets in 63 games. We played 63 games this season. Will Norris... no, we played more than that because Shane Hamilton played in 2 of them. So we played 65 games this season. Will Norris up 12 to 72. I am now, as we mentioned in the last episode, concentrating my training on Shane Hamilton so that Will Norris doesn't outgrow the club and we can keep him happy here at Cambridge United. He's content. Is Shane Hamilton up 5 to 68 rated already? He has the potential to be special, which is like late 80s, early 90s. Joshua Emmanuel is on loan. I won't be looking to bring him in permanently, but he was brilliant for us this season. Couldn't have asked for more. Very, very pleased with his performances. Joel Mason also has the potential to be special. He's not only growing where I'm training him, but growing across the board elsewhere as well. So very, very positive for... I'm very, very positive about his future for us. Bradley Halliday, he's growing nicely across the board too. I haven't trained him at all, but up 2 to 65. Leon Davis is out on loan. He's up 3 to 48, so good for that. Good for him, sorry. Jake Clark-Salter up 9 to 70. Probably going to slow down on the training on him, again, so that he doesn't outgrow the club. We'll concentrate on a couple of the other youngsters. Leon Legg is 65 overall, now at 31 years of age. His stats haven't changed, but we probably will look to move him on next season. Josh Coulson is unhappy. He played 24 games this year, but he's still disappointed with his lack of matches. But I'd very much like to keep him here at the club. And he says at the club since 2009, but he's been at the club since a lot longer than that. Harry Darling is up 6 to 57. Nice to see him growing across the board. Who knows what he could do, actually, potential-wise. Carl we brought in on a free. Did a fantastic job for us on a free. Couldn't have asked for a more solid replacement when called upon. Blair Adams did well. No growth for him, but he'll be a good squad rotation player. Pierre Mingoya's up 1. He grew a little bit across the board. Decent season for him. 6 goals, 2 assists. 12 goals for Dean Furman in all comps. 68 rated. Still suffering from that broken ankle, but he'll still be there or thereabouts with regards to first team picture next season. Connor Newton is up 2 to 65. 3 goals, 2 assists for him. He played a lot of football, considering he filled in for Dean Furman. Emmanuel Osadebe, on loan. I just didn't get on with him, unfortunately. Really didn't get on with him. James Dunn didn't play that much. He is transfer listed, and we will look to move him on next season. Harrison Dunk, at present, is my starting left mid, but we are bringing in a left-sided midfielder at the beginning of Season 2 on a free, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Harrison Dunk obviously missing that awful penalty against Manchester United that would have seen us go through to the FA Cup final, but redeemed himself by scoring an absolute, well, kind of redeem himself by scoring an absolute screamer in that game against Accrington to give us a win on the final day in front of our own fans. Kirk Wilson is one of the youngsters that I've recently called up. So he's got potential of late 80s. I have to wait and see. I'm going to send all these youngsters out on loan. Same with Alfie Harrison. He too, potential of late 80s. Just his picture, by the way, that's a guy that's 46, not 16. We also have Medialito, who's grown a little bit this season. He's going to be a rotation player next year. I may contemplate moving him on, but he's not really worth much, so not sure it'd be worth my while. George Maris is out on loan, and I'm not sure whether that's a 2-year loan or just a single. If it's a single, then I'll send him back out again. Luke Berry, 5 goals, 9 assists for him. Really pleased with him. Will continue to be one of my starting midfielders. Patrick Johnson, another youngster I've recently called up. Another guy who looks about 46, not 16 in his picture. He'll get sent out on loan. Our scout future star, Lino Navarrete. I'm very much hoping that his physicals will start to grow a lot more than they have done in this first season. Only +2 sprint speed and +2 jumping. Obviously, the agility I've been training. I've also, as you could probably tell, been training his ball control and his dribbling and his short passing. But we'll have to wait and see what happens next year. He's valued at 2.2 million. Obviously, I'm not going to sell him. 6 goals, 3 assists, 5-star, 5-star. I want his physicals to start improving. I want his acceleration and his sprint speed to really shoot up next season if possible. Jonathan Lecco was on loan this year, scored 11 goals, got 4 assists. I hated playing with Jonathan Lecco. You've seen how inconsistent his finishing has been throughout the season, but I won't be either going back out for him on loan or bringing him in permanently. And George Davis is the other youngster I've called up, 55 rated at 18 years of age. He'll go out on loan next year. Ben Williamson, probably going to look to move him on next year. 9 goals, 8 assists for him, only 58 rated, 51 finishing. He was average for us this year. Uche, up 7 to 71. I only really changed his finishing and his shot power, so the rest of it has all been off his own back. 17 goals, 17 assists in all competitions this year. Wonderful first season at the club for Uche Ikpeazu. Hopefully that continues. Connor Chaplin had a bit of a dodgy spell with injury. It wasn't really that prolific for me. 9 goals in 31 games, but he did score a hat-trick in there as well, so it's actually 6 in 30, which isn't that impressive at all. 4 assists. Matthew Foy is up 1 to 46, and that rounds out the squad report, and that is going to round out our first season here at Cambridge United. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first season. I thoroughly have. 2 pieces of silverware. Couldn't be happier. We've got, obviously, a number of players going to be joining us at the very beginning of season number 2, which will start tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I'll see you next time.